Alabama Senator Tuberville fancies himself a regular guy, regular folk. And he certainly has the aesthetic of a regular guy. But what I want to do here is I want to show you the speech he gave on the floor of the Senate. He's going to talk about the attempt in Bessemer, Alabama, to unionize an Amazon warehouse. Look at what I think is a very dirty trick that he tries to pull off here, and then I'm going to come back and dissect it for you.
I want to briefly mention the upcoming unionization vote for nearly 6,000 workers at Amazon's facility in Bessemer, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. There's been a lot of attention paid to this lately. We've had Hollywood actors, celebrities, members of Congress, and even President Biden trying to help tip the scales toward unions' favorable outcome. Let me be clear. These hardworking Alabamians don't need Hollywood elites or federal government officials telling them what to do. We should all trust they'll make the decision they think is right for them and their families. And that's what right to work is all about. The right to choose. This is still a free country after all.
I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Okay. All right. I think I got that out of my system. Anyway, that was an incredibly dirty trick because what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, look at these elitists. Look at these elitists trying to tell people how to live their lives. I'm not an elitist. I'm a populist. I'm for working Americans. I'm the outsider here. But look at all these, he says, Hollywood actors, celebrities, members of Congress trying to tip the scales in this discussion. Hard-working Alabamians don't need elites telling them what to do. You have the most elitist position of everybody. Because this guy is anti-union. And he says, right to work is about making the choice. It's still a free country after all. I'm pro-choice. Right to work is really right to work for less money and worse benefits. That's what that means. Now, that's not my opinion. That's a fact. In right to work states, workers make less money. The unions protect workers, and there's been a number of studies on this. One study found it's like over $1,000 more per year that you make. If you're unionized, you get better benefits, you get better pay. Generally, you get more time off and things of that nature. So right to work is right to work for less money and worse benefits. He's framing it as like, I'm the outsider, I'm the anti-elitists, and the people who are pro-union, they're the elitists. Bullshit. Complete and utter bullshit. Listen, I very rarely, if ever, agree with Hollywood actors and celebrities, but the fact of the matter is, if the Hollywood actors and the celebrities are in favor of unions, they're in favor of the workers making more money. And you're not. So there's a saying my dad used to use all the time, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn every now and then. That's what I say about the Hollywood actors and the celebrities who happen to be on the side of the unions in this fight. Okay, so every now and then, just, if Ben Affleck likes dogs, does that mean dogs suck? No, dogs are still wonderful. So it's a dirty trick where he's trying to be the outsider, populist, pro-worker person as he's being the elitist insider. Senator Tuberville is the one, hilarious name, is the one who is defending corporations and the wealthy and the bosses. And by the way, let's be clear, Crystal Ball made this point the other day and it's brilliant. If this fails, which it's very likely to fail, it will not be because the union is not something that's popular and wanted. It will be because people were intimidated and afraid that they'll lose their job if they vote to unionize. And you want to know why they're afraid of it? Because it's already happened. There's already been a number of stories. Now, it's technically against the law for the bosses and for management and for owners to crack down on attempts to unionize. But guess what? They do it all the time, and there are no consequences. And if there ever are any consequences, it's a little slap on the wrist and nothing changes. So Jeff Bezos knows this. Management knows this. They know they could pressure people. They know they can, do veiled threats about people losing their jobs. Of course they know that. And so he's like, hey, hands off. What do you mean hands off? There is no such thing as hands off because management and owners are always trying to fight back against unionization. So you want hands off for management to keep bullying workers against a union. That's what you want. I don't want that. I want the workers to actually be able to speak their mind and to vote their conscience. And to not have to worry about retribution and revenge when they say, yeah, I'd like to be part of a union because I'd like to make more money and I'd like to have better benefits. But the reason why this gets under my skin more than anything is, again, because it's a dirty trick. Republicans have been trying now for decades to portray themselves as, we're the ones who are pro-working people. That's what we are. We're pro-working people. We're against the elites. That's complete bullshit. What's the number one piece of legislation, most prominent piece of legislation that the Republicans passed within the past 5 years? 5 years? Yeah. In 2017, the Republican tax cut bill. Is that 5 years? Yeah. So, sorry, I suck at math. But that's what it was. It was the tax cut bill where 83% of the benefits went to the top 1%. That bill massively cut taxes for corporations and incentivized outsourcing jobs from the United States of America. And now you're going to act like, me? I'm the anti-elitist. That's what I am. And all I have to do is say, Hollywood actor, celebrity. See, it's all culture war stuff. He thinks if I say Hollywood actor and celebrity, and I say elites, that everybody listening to this is going to shut their brain off and go, yeah, he must be the pro-worker one, and he must be on my side because I don't like Hollywood actors, and he doesn't like Hollywood actors. I don't like celebrities, and he doesn't like celebrities. I don't like members of Congress, and he doesn't like members of Congress. I don't like elites, and he doesn't like elites. He is the elitist. He is the elitist. He's the guy who's taking money from corporations and aligning himself with billionaires and owners as they try to screw workers and get them to make less money. What we need is the PRO Act. That's what we need. The PRO Act is a phenomenal piece of legislation. It would effectively ban the so-called right-to-work states again. In reality, they're right-to-work for less states. That's what we need, man. That's what we need. And apparently I just got this news right before I started this segment, but Chuck Schumer is telling labor leaders that the PRO Act is going to get a floor vote if they can find 50 co-sponsors of the bill. Right now, they're at 45 co-sponsors. This close. What we need now is the pressure to put on these senators. That's what we need, because that PRO Act would be a game changer. It would have just as much of a positive impact, or maybe even more so, than the $15 minimum wage. Think about that. The PRO Act is out of this world, so that's what's needed. And guess what, guys? Ain't no wiggling out of that one for these Republican goons, where they try to act, yeah, I'm against the PRO Act, but I'm also pro-worker. The whole point of the PRO Act is to be pro-worker and to help them make more money and help them collectively bargain. There's no wiggling out of that one, and there's no wiggling out of this one. We see you, Tommy Tuberville, with your bullshit fake anti-elitism. You are the epitome of elitism. You're not a populist. You're anti-populist. You're not pro-worker. You're anti-worker. You want people to shut the hell up about how unions help workers. That's what you want. You want everybody to shut up, and you want Jeff Bezos and his thugs, his goons, and management and ownership, you want them to be able to intimidate workers and nobody say anything. So if/when this unionization effort fails, again, it's not because people don't want the unions. It's not because unions don't help workers. It's because people are terrified that they're going to lose their job, and you can't blame them. Because guess what? Your government is biased against you. And Tommy Tuberville is a perfect example of that.